Focus! The fuck? Yeah, there we go.
Hey.
Let's get fast and furious.
Yep.
Anyway, Wilson, welcome to Cruising in Action.
Thank you.
I guess you're an interesting guest because you're pretty much my oldest living friend by this point.
Yes, I'd like to think so.
Wait, hang on. Oldest living, that's not right. That would be the physically oldest friend I have. And I'm pretty sure you're not like 104.
Oh, yeah, I hope not. I am Asian, so it's kind of hard to tell.
True. How long do you people live for?
I don't know yet.
Does your whole generation just like die on one day?
That would be a bad thing.
Yeah, is that a new stereotype or did I actually hear that somewhere?
Not sure. I haven't heard that one. I like to think I am quite up to date with the Asian stereotypes.
I'd hope so. Let me think. Okay, Asian stereotypes. Are you good at math?
Yep.
Terrible driver?
I don't know.
Okay, so we'll find out
I
soon.
haven't crashed yet. So
Okay, very economically stable.
that's definitely not true.
Okay, strong work ethic?
That's definitely not true.
Do you grease yourself up and get into vents in search of monkeys?
I don't think I'd fit in a vent.
Okay, well that's a stereotype from Community.
Someone's got to go after him.
I got this.
Oh, what are you doing?
Trust me, I know these vents like the back of my chang.
Holy. Is that a new stereotype?
Have you seen that show?
Yeah, I have. I don't remember that bit. Ken Jeong's like the funniest person.
Ken Jeong's fucking hilarious. You know he's actually a doctor?
Yeah, I know. I could not take him seriously as a doctor.
No.
If I had him.
He played a doctor in Knocked Up in one of his cameos. Like this
Really?
was pre-Hangover, yeah, early days.
I wonder how he played it.
Oh, it was just a small role. Like they didn't overemphasize his Asian element.
Oh.
He just played an actual character. Like he doesn't do that anymore.
Yeah. Now, I would like to see him like play a doctor like as him now, because I think it'd be a very interesting dynamic to like kind of interplay those two.
Yeah, I think he had a sitcom called Dr. Ken, and I think it was roundly criticized for relying way too much on Asian stereotypes. So I think he actually did that, but it doesn't sound like it worked.
That's a shame.
What was the last big thing he was in? So I'm trying to think of something post-Hangover 3, and I'm just drawing blanks here.
No, I can't think of anything.
No, after the Hangover he had bit parts in a few things. I don't know.
Maybe it's just kind of like those guys just fades into obscurity at this point.
Maybe he was Hollywood's token Asian comedian, and I think that part's actually been overtaken by Randall Park now. You know, the guy who played Kim Jong-un in The Interview?
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. Did you actually see The Interview?
Yes, I did.
What did you think?
I thought it was so ridiculous.
I thought it was straight up shithouse. For one thing, because they obviously couldn't film in North Korea, the whole film had to be on green screen. It was pretty clear. And there could have been satire, and the guy who played Kim Jong-un, he was like really good. He was funny, he was stupid. He looked the part spot on.
Yep.
But the whole film was just like Seth Rogen and James Franco making the same gay jokes that you'd heard 100 times before.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
One of those times when the controversy just overshadows the film.
Yeah, they just use that as their marketing.
Pretty much. That could have been an interesting marketing strategy.
Yeah.
Some people have done that before. The guys who made South Park, when they directed their first film, Cannibal the Musical, they actually organised a fake protest outside the cinema it was showing to draw attraction.
Really?
Yeah.
How did that go?
It sort of mildly worked, I think, because the film was obscure for a while, but it got enough attention to be released by Troma Films, who do like really stupid cult films on home video and stuff, like The Toxic Avenger.
Okay.
I think it mildly succeeded at box office, and I mean, look at them now.
Yeah.
So there you go. Anyway, The Fate of the Furious. Man, we've been going to the cinemas to see all these since Fast and Furious 3, I think. Did you see Too Fast, Too Furious at the cinema? Or?
No, I didn't. I remember Tom got it for me on DVD.
Well, you got it for me on DVD, and Josh Robertson got it for me on DVD.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
And then my stepmom got it on DVD for me years later. I ended up with 3 copies of that film. Fuck. It was a good film, though.
I'm trying to make like a 2-something pun out of that, but I can't think of anything.
Too many copies of the film?
Pretty much.
Man, what would you say do you reckon is the best film in the series so far?
I don't know. I really like the first one.
I think the first 4 are kind of separate from the next 4 because the first 4 is mindless street racing, the next 4 actually have plots.
I just like them as kind of really ridiculous. It's just stuff that you can just not think about anything else because it's entertaining.
Pretty much. I think by the 7th one they started sort of putting themes in there, putting that whole theme of family in memory of Paul Walker, which was actually beautiful.
I thought that was done very well.
It was very tasteful, yeah. And I really like the fact that by the 7th one, on top of over-the-top stunts, they also introduced parkour and real martial arts themed fight scenes and stuff. So I reckon 7 was a real big step up. 5 was probably the biggest leap because remember Fast and Furious, the 4th one, I thought that was pretty tame.
I never really got that one. I had no idea what was going on in it.
No, me neither. For me, it felt like it just sort of repeated the first one.
Yeah. I like to think Fast 5 is probably the one that kind of began our whole, like, let's just watch every movie thing.
I reckon, yeah, the 5th one made a huge change.
That was like the first film we saw after primary school, right?
Fast 5?
Yeah.
I think it was Battle Los Angeles, actually. I remember I just messaged you randomly one day, back when we were on the PlayStation Network, and said, yeah, do you want to go see this? And you were like, why not? And that started our whole, us going to see things. I think Fast 5, I think we went to see with...
I think so, Jono
and Tom, yeah. Back when I was still friends with Tom. Okay, I get it. Fuck. Anyway, what expectations do we have for Fate of the Furious before we go in there?
Well, I'm hoping awesome chase scenes and fight scenes, very well choreographed. More of like the whole family dynamic and kind of that.
I reckon. On top of that, I'm hoping Charlize Theron is really badass. And I'm hoping Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham are really hilarious together. But I think that's pretty much a given. Did you see Central Intelligence where he teams up with Kevin Hart?
No.
I don't think Kevin Hart's actually done one good film where he starred in. I mean, I will admit I fucking love Grudge Match, but even then I know that film's ridiculous and stupid. It's just anything with Stallone will click with me.
Yeah.
You might have seen the photo on Facebook. Did you know that I got the Expendables logo tattooed?
Oh yeah, you did.
Yep.
That's
there it is.
awesome, man.
Yeah, I stayed true to it. Yeah, sure. Flash for the camera, yeah.
Just like flex all this, just get it going.
Yeah, man. Actually, the Expendables might be in jeopardy because apparently the producer, Avi Lerner, that's his name, his studio finances the films.
Yeah.
And he had conflicts with Sylvester Stallone because Stallone didn't think they were doing good enough visual effects and he wanted a different studio to handle that. The producer was like, well, we're not going to do that. So Stallone actually dropped out of it. So it's under threat now. But the producer still has hopes that Stallone will come back. And Schwarzenegger says he's not doing it without Stallone. You can't do the Expendables without Barney Ross. Fuck, because I've been terrified about what's going to happen to that film ever since the third one had difficulty at box office.
It's scary.
It is scary, man. This is what we worry about in the first world. The third sequel to a pretty good action film. The fate of that.
Yep.
Just like the fate of the Furious. There's the link.
Oh.
Let's go check it out and review it when we get back.
Yep. I found him kind of funny, but in an annoying kind of way.
Yeah, a bit much. Second time around, though, I thought he was hilarious. It was partially because he wasn't part of the team. It was like just him. In the first two, it's like Dolph Lundgren was the comic relief, but he dropped in and out. With Antonio Banderas, he was just on an endless, monotonous rant. It was annoying. But when you knew to expect it, it was a bit funnier, I think.
Okay, I can agree with that, yeah.
But I'm so glad they got Mel Gibson as the bad guy. They got him just before his massive career comeback as well. I remember actually predicting that Mel Gibson would have a comeback for one of my assignments at uni.
Did you?
I had to do a media-based assignment and come up with some kind of profitable media idea and explain why it will work. I said, to make money, we should make a feature-length film based on the video game Marvel Nemesis Rise of the Imperfects. It will star Ronda Rousey, Scott Adkins, Léa Seydoux, and the trick was, you get a bunch of foreign actors, market them all in their own country.
That's actually a pretty good idea.
Mel Gibson was going to be the star as the main bad guy. It was going to be directed by, I think, Bong Joon-son, the guy who directed The Host, the highest-grossing Korean film, and he did Snowpiercer as well. Point is, he makes really good films on really low budgets. Because he's not in the Hollywood sphere yet, you can pay him low, but he could make you a really good film. And you can market it in Korea that way. And I said, Mel Gibson has found a career playing villains lately because even though Machete Kills was shithouse, people said they liked him as a villain. Even when Expendables 3 wasn't popular, people said they loved him as a villain. And now, with Bloodfather and his Oscar nomination for Hacksaw Ridge, yeah, he's back in the game.
So that was a really good movie, Bloodfather.
Oh man, that was a fucking masterpiece. Anyway, we're back on camera, so we should talk about the fate of the Furious.
Yes.
What's your consensus, Wilson?
I think it was good fun, but a bit rushed at the start, like you said. And
Yeah, pacing was way too fast.
Definitely not enough Charlize Theron.
No, she was such a token villain. They did the same thing that they did with Snow White and the Huntsman. They just threw her in there for the sake of throwing her in there, but gave her no real character. And after she was just in Mad Max Fury Road, you'd think she'd be getting behind a car in a franchise built upon car-themed action.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, that was a real disappointment.
I thought she would take center stage as the villain, kind of like that subtle way that Fury Road did it.
Yeah, it was more about the idea of her than her as the villain, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a shame. But definitely way too rushed at the start. Very repetitive with it. This is my family. You're going to turn your back on family, all that shit. And when Dom suddenly betrays his team, it doesn't feel like they're surprised at all. Dwayne Johnson's just like, Dom betrayed us. And everyone's like, okay.
Next scene.
First half of the film was a real letdown. It was rushing around and not developing anywhere. Except for that one dramatic thing in the middle, which we won't talk about because it's a major spoiler. But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It got good from there because I kept asking myself, are they actually going to do it? And then they did it. I don't know how I'm driving with these lights on and a camera and popcorn between my legs, but I really am.
I don't know. Next level multitasking, really.
Yeah, screw Fast and the Furious. This is real badass driving. Second half of the film, a major turnaround because it became all about amazing action. I thought the action in the first half wasn't that good, honestly. That prison scene, it seemed awesome on the surface, but the editing cut frames out like way too obviously for me to enjoy, and camera was way too shaky. Like, there was moments when it bordered upon okay, but overall, way too much.
At least it wasn't like taking 3 levels of cutting.
No. It was not taken through.
Oh.
Sort of more like Equilibrium. It came in and out with that kind of technique, but a little worse than Equilibrium, I thought. Because it was rushing, the drama wasn't developing anywhere, so when the big climax happened, I felt like we were in the middle of the film, not the end. When it was over, I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it felt kind of short.
Yeah.
It was like 2 hours, but it felt really short.
It was actually 2 hours and 20 minutes, but yeah, it did feel short. I think it was because they had such a big scope of story and they wanted that big action scene that they had to rush through all the drama at the start, then make something happen, and then just end it all with action. This is a road.
Yes.
doing?
A bunch of wankers right in front of us that are just...
Look at me, I've just come from a stupid dinner party.
That ought to piss off. I didn't want to honk at the driver, I was honking more at the dickhead teenagers and stuff. If this car gets behind us, that's going to become some Fast and Furious shit. But you know what the trick is, Wilson?
Yeah.
If you want to get out of a situation like this, you never turn your back on family.
Yeah.
And you know why you don't turn your back on family? Because of the bagels.
Oh, the bagels.
The bagels. Inside joke that you'll only understand if you've seen Taken 3.
It was the bagels. They were warm. I mean, I had to ask myself, what kind of guy goes out for warm bagels and comes back and commits murder? And I was able to figure it out.
Thank you so much, Forrest Whitaker.
Do you remember that meme of the aliens, dude?
Yeah.
Bagels.
I was really proud of that.
Actually turned out to a meme for one of my lecturers.
Really? How'd you fit that in?
Because like he always used some theorem in every lecture. Always talked about one theorem.
Oh, yeah?
And like I just made that with his face on it and like that theorem on the bottom.
Overall, Fate of the Furious, I'd give it, 3 stars out of 5. So, in a post-Fast 5 world, I'd say it's the worst of the 5th entrance onwards. Oh shit. However, it still had enough over-the-top action to entertain, its target audience. But it's definitely a step down. I mean, I really missed Paul Walker. I didn't think I would, but I really missed him. Scott Eastwood, bless your heart for trying, but you just couldn't fill in.
I didn't even realise it was there for half the film.
He sort of wasn't. Occasionally, he was the butt of the jokes because he was the rookie. In the second half of that film, he did nothing. Most of the characters did nothing, but you remembered them because they've been in previous entrants. Scott Eastwood, the only thing I remember him for doing is looking a bit like Steve Rogers, Captain America, Chris Evans.
There's no shield.
Exactly. That was definitely a step down. Still, the series still good, still got potential. Maybe you just can't come back from Furious 7 because that was so emotionally powerful and such an awesome spectacle. You can't turn around and top that, maybe.
Yeah.
On that note, is where I leave you. Good catch up with you, Bills.
Yep.
Good having you on the vlog.
And I guess we should go see John Wick when that comes.
John Wick 2, that's the next one.
I'll see you then.
Peace.
Yep. See you, man.
See you, man.
You've been hit by, you've been struck by a smooth criminal.